It's game time.
Let's roll for initiative.
Hello, kids and cadets. Welcome to the FSF Popcast, or the FFS Popcats, depending on which channel you tuned into tonight. There's a whole discussion, pre-show about all this. And now the Popcats is stuck in my brain. So there's that, and it's going to be a train wreck tonight, and you just hope you guys can all hold on to the rails. So, hey, if
we don't have rails.
The hover rails. There's hover rails, Kathleen. We've discussed this. That's totally how it
works.
Anyway, welcome to the 27th edition of the FSF Popcast role-playing game, the Star Wars RPG.
27 and we haven't died yet.
I'm just glancing on by.
That's 26 more than I thought we would live.
I know.
Right? Yeah. We're 26 ahead of where any of us thought we were going to be.
Some of you are playing like you haven't had a character die at a table before, and it shows.
Ooh, that's me. Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
The rookie over here has still, yeah. I've had a couple of near-death experiences where I may have had some words for John, under my breath and after the campaign was over, but that's another story for another time. Exactly, John. So
I had a character die in the very first fight of the very first session.
You attacked another player character. You had that coming.
Yeah.
But hey,
about that, but okay.
But before we jump into that tonight, we just want to make sure that we say thank you to our show partners. The companies that you see on screen right here are the ones that help us to be able to make sure that, we get to have fun with you guys each and every week for our interviews, our live shows, and once a month we're able to come on and talk all kinds of funny and nerdy as we roll our dice. And so that, of course, is the Storylines editors. They are the ones that help us make our TikToks, our Reels, all those type of things. TCTs, where fandom meets fashion. They have a lot of really cool merch designs, and Star Wars, Star Trek. There's Lord of the Rings. There's cryptid stuff. There's all kinds of cool things. Check them out. If you do go to their website, there is a link down below. Make sure you use the code FSF15. Get 15% off your order, and you'll be happy with cool nerd merch and a pocketbook savings. And then, of course, the only lightsaber that's guaranteed to be better than a stick. Those, of course, come from Level Up Sabers, Master Allen. So we love Master Allen. We love Level Up Sabers, and we strongly encourage you guys to click the link down below. Buy yourself a saber. He's got some really cool sales going on right now. And, you will not want to miss such said lightsaber sales.
There was a lightsaber duel in my backyard today.
Sales.
None of my fingers got broken.
Who were you dueling with?
Honora.
Oh,
More importantly, nothing below the waist got broken.
Thank goodness.
No kneecaps, no toes, nothing else.
Right.
No dangling appendages. I'd like to point out, because I'm not
all those too.
Right. Because I'm not wearing one right now. John is actually wearing a shirt from TCTs, the Michigan variant shirts, run on the Loki series. So.
He should have been earlier.
And before we jump into the game, just real quick, Sam is from Growing Up Skywalker, the show that we love to promote because they are an awesome Star Wars podcast. But Sam, tell everybody a little bit about your show, where they can find it, please.
For sure. First of all, you can find us anywhere where you get podcasts. And if you can't find us, let us know at growingupskywalker.com or growingupskywalker@gmail.com. So the pitch is, my wife, when we first met, within on our fifth date, I was like, let's watch Star Wars. And she's like, I've never seen Star Wars. And she didn't like it. She did not get into it. She'd never seen any. And I eventually got her slightly dialed in. She wanted to talk about The Mandalorian. I'm like, look, if you want The Mandalorian to make sense, we got to do 150 hour-long watch sessions. And so 150 hour-long watch sessions later, we are now in the original trilogy after watching original trilogy, Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Kenobi, Andor, 4 Seasons of Rebels. we are in the original trilogy, and we're really enjoying it. So it's me as an old nerd and her as a newcomer's eyes coming to it with all the knowledge that someone would have in universe. She doesn't have that. You knew about the clone. You fought in the Clone Wars with my father. She knows what the Clone Wars are, which is an interesting way to view that situation. So that's what that's all about, and it's been a ton of fun. And we have a Patreon with just a magnificent corpus of works going back for years now of Naval History Minute and extras, and we watch all the Visions on there and do book reports. It's a lot of fun.
So what you're saying is you wore her down with Star Wars, and then you married her.
And then we got married, yeah.
I have never been more proud of somebody. Like,
right?
I mean, if
it can be done, boys and girls. It can be done.
You can get a wife with Star Wars.
You effectively sat her down and went, "We are watching hundreds of hours worth of content." And she went, "Might as well marry you then. I'm going to be here for a long time."
We're gonna
They
be here
got
a while.
married before they got to the original movie.
We did.
Yeah.
We got married before we finished Rebels. So
Love it.
How long you've been together?
yeah. We've been together. It'll be 4 years in like 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. All right, John. We know who all the players are now. We know who the people are. And I suppose I should get out some dice or something. I haven't done that yet.
Oh, wait, hang on.
So
I mean,
since Tim
maybe
doesn't
not.
have his dice,
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
We weren't even in danger at the end of the last session.
You really weren't, other than Udex saying, "Guys, I have a plan," because that
And
always.
we have survived 100% of my plans.
By the skin of our teeth,
Whatever. Think more binary.
I am. It is either we live or certain death.
I mean, he's got a certain logic to him.
Apparently, you can call it that. So anyway, here's my plan. So remember that guy who we just talked to who was like, "Hey, you guys look a lot like those people who killed my daughter and drank my milkshake and yada yada."
Did
Like
bring
a
all the boys
50
to the yard?
Yeah, and he put out a 50,000 credit bounty for us, dead or alive. So I think we should fake our own deaths, and for a variety of reasons, just as on the regular, but also then we can get paid by this guy. And the way I propose to do that is by setting up an illegal racing ring and having a violent, explosive de-entry into a wall or something. But ahead of time, we can make it so we get thrown through the rock wall and escape with our lives, or I don't know.
So what you're suggesting is the decline of Farmer Ted and the rise of Gatherer Debt. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, or whatever. If you want to go alphabetically and be, Farmer Uday.
Bob.
Good old Farmer Yude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be Carl.
Carl. You gotta get through a few before you cycle back to the beginning of the alphabet again.
I'll do what I want.
Fair.
Okay, so where are you proposing to set up this illegal racing? Illegal racing exists in lots of places already.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Part of your setup.
That's why it won't be as noticed.
Okay.
I am very confused how this is supposed to help in any way.
This guy will be off our back. We won't have a bounty on us anymore.
Okay, but how? I understand the general goal, but where do the pieces fit together? Because right now you got two dots that have no way of connecting.
How did that not have a way of
There's a bounty
connecting?
for us. I want to race.
Okay, first of all, that's just my gem. Okay, fine. If I need to explain it, I will. We become popular. We gain a lot of cachet. We make big moves. We send in reports to what's his name that, we see them. We're setting up a trap for them on the pod racing thing. They'll probably live, and then have the trap go haywire or something. And then we just are bodies and pieces strung out there that he can't identify. Now, I did come up with a backup plan if this isn't clear enough. what we could do is we could load the Tortuga up with like a lot of explosives. And we could ram it into a Star Destroyer valiantly.
Again,
Without us on it.
You got those 2 dots.
How is this not clear? No, we are like broadcasting from the Tortuga. We're like, oh, we are such heroes. It is us, the people who released the skegfish on that planet. And then we just blow up a Star Destroyer because we're flying the ship on remote control. And then we're like, oh man, sorry, Jim Bob. I guess they died. Heroes.
I think it might be easier just to go planet to planet and just kidnap a Zabrak, a Trandoshan, a Wookiee, a random human, and find a droid.
That
would be
really unethical.
so much easier.
Yeah, but that's really unethical. What did they do to get the wrath of us on top of them? How would you feel if someone came by and said, I'm just looking for a random pirate-themed B2 droid or a regular B2 droid to weld a pirate hat onto that I'm then going to publicly execute? You'd be like, but why? It wasn't me. I didn't do anything wrong related to what you're asking about.
I cannot believe that I'm the one suggesting the potential plan that has less murder.
It has way more murder.
Okay, so while they're talking and
Wait a
arguing,
minute. Okay, gotcha.
Imperials don't count.
Agreed.
Ted, Edna, I need you to make intelligence rolls.
Oh, crap.
Who?
Ted
You?
and Edna.
Yeah. Tedna, if you will.
Tedna.
Just as a reminder, I did collect all the bounty pucks that were for our group.
Be a 19.
Hold on, math is hard. 21.
21. Okay. So as they're arguing, you guys are off in the corner, and one of you remembers that it's not uncommon to scan debris for genetic material.
Which one was that for?
Ted.
Okay.
So I'm the one who has to tell him to.
Smart one this time.
I got the smartness in my helmet spaces that tells me to do the things with this
Ted
little
intercepted
down
the brain
goggles.
cell.
I got myself a brain cell.
All the clones share one.
It was
All
his
right,
turn.
What am I doing again? I'm sorry. I kind of got distracted here with all the redneck talkery. And
So when Udex mentions kidnapping these people and putting them into the ship when it gets blown up, you remember.
No.
Huh?
That was scurvy. I don't want to kidnap
That's
anyone.
not what I said at all.
I don't want to kidnap anyone.
We can
Somebody
just grab them
mentioned-
and throw them in carbonite.
Yeah, but if we like,
People in carbonite. We don't need to have a ridiculous explosive race that could potentially kill so many people.
yeah, but it'll be covered in like, we'll cover everything in oxidizer. It'll destroy all the genetics.
Then there'd be no evidence, and therefore,
Yeah, no, we
two
fake
dots are not connecting.
video evidence. We film it.
I do love that this is like just how Udex and Scurvy communicate at all times. They're just such opposite ends of whatever's going on.
You got intelligence. I guess I do have high intelligence. I guess we're just like the two brainiacs here, sitting here like scheming, reeling,
Reacts without
dealing.
a proper thought between them.
so basically, I'm just over here just like, hey, Brainiacs, there's genetic material you guys need to scan and make sure that this is all going to be done properly. If whatever plan you guys decide to go with, just make sure that the genetic material matches.
So what we could do is, if we're going to do an explosion, you just give the Wookiee a haircut. You do a skin graft off the clone and the Zabrak, and find some spare wires Scurvy doesn't need.
I do not have genetic material. I think
Yeah.
I
Why is
might
it
need
spare
more
wires?
hair follicles for you.
No, we go to the junkyard and we find your nearest relative, which is just a decommissioned B2.
I think
John
the
about to
only
spit his
one
drink.
that we could find spare genetic material of would be the meat bag clone.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
there's a bunch lying in
Ample
a
amounts of that.
There's
I
dead ones every day. New dead
I
ones.
can do
There is actually
I can just take a chunk of a butt cheek. He doesn't need it.
it actually he might be the hardest because I think his serial number is imprinted in his DNA, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't believe the Kaminoans are checking serial numbers anymore.
It's because Kaminoa got blown up in that storm. Remember?
There's like just a puddle inside of Camino that's of metal floating in the bigger puddle. There's really not a Camino left.
Which you would know if you'd been on the right side of the war, scurvy.
Oh my.
All right,
Ghost of George Sakai.
I've got
Oh,
two
wow.
plans that apparently I cannot explain well enough, so figure it out amongst yourselves. I'm going to go work on my swoop.
Discuss amongst yourselves. How do we die? So
I mean, there is someone who put a bounty on us that we spoke to that had no idea it was us. There are two very easy things we could do. Either kidnapping and freezing us in carbonite and just saying, these are them, enjoy. Or we could just grab the guy. He clearly did not realize it was us. Not only that, but we're technically not at fault for any of what happened. That was an accident. We saved people to my
all right,
own
so this
objection.
okay, you're right. We did save people then. So but we have to decide is are we leaning more towards the Empire and gonna just whack this dude? Or are we more wanting to be part of the rebellion and show that we're not that type of dirtbag?
I don't know if this guy has an association with either side.
Well, that's not really my point. My point is we have to decide where we're going with this morally.
Morals are irrelevant. This could be a potential threat.
I think we work around it and just maybe not kill him.
This is why droids are superior to the meat bags. Because the meat
Sure.
bags can't think rationally. And Scurvino also walks away.
You're saying that you want to kidnap random people and feed them into an industrial meat grinder. Innocence. The rest of us are less okay with that.
Now,
Perfectly okay with crashing our ship into a Star Destroyer because that would be hilarious.
I mean, not really okay with it. I kind of like the ship.
We have better ships.
we have
It's
several
also not your ship.
Pick the crap
That's
one
it, nuts.
and throw. I'm okay with that plan. Picking a crap one and launching it at a Star Destroyer because they're on the wrong side of things. And
We could, go find another ship and crash that one.
yeah, but they won't identify it as us though because it's not.
They don't
part
have
of
to
our
identify
fleet.
it as us. They would have to identify it as the other us.
I mean,
The other
we could
us?
we could tactically acquire another of the same model of the Tortuga. I feel the migraine of the god of this universe at this point. John's just sitting in the background like, oh.
Well, maybe we start this argument while we're on our way to our next encounter because I don't feel like this is actually the most pressing thing for us.
Yeah, we were hired out to make a delivery, right?
Yeah, so let's go do that.
All right. So you've left Bespin, right? Okay.
This is us. This whole argument is us just like hovering at the landing dock, waiting to take off.
Yelling at each other before we've even pulled out of our parking space.
We hadn't even broke out the parking brake yet. We had,
It really is like a family road trip.
The most
Turn this thing around!
functional family.
just waiting for somebody to yell, "I gotta pee" before we took off.
We put the fun in dysfunctional.
No, someone's gonna say they have to use the bathroom about 10 minutes after we leave the gas station.
So you have
I
traveled with a
blame
5-year-old.
the clone.
I was a 5-year-old at one point.
Fair enough.
So was John. I have a picture.
Him. He was the only one that was never 5. He was just old forever.
Love you too.
All right.
Anyway, where are we going? I actually don't remember.
Nobody knows.
It's almost like it's been a month.
Who's flying this thing?
It's usually a Udex thing.
It is, but I stormed off to work on my whatchamacallit, so one of you guys.
So that's an Edna thing.
All right. And
Oh,
I do have the pilot things. I can do.
Oh, wait a minute. Or is Scurvy a better pilot than Edna? I don't
Ship
remember.
are we even in?
What are we in?
Blockade
Hang on a
runner.
minute.
A blockade runner?
Okay.
We're in one of our blockade runners.
So really, you have a bridge crew.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
All
got
right.
it's got controls that you pull out like in the premiere of Next Generation when you really need fancy stuff. But that's it.
The Enterprise had a joystick. I'm just saying.
I have a +10 to pilot. I don't know if Edna has.
No, yours is better.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's do that again.
I think I'm pulling it up right now. I think we were in the Manon calling, or no, we were in the pocket aces. We were in the pocket aces.
Okay.
We had
Right.
swapped ships.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, as you're tunneling your way through hyperspace, a proximity alarm starts going off. There is something in the hyperspace lane.
In
What?
The hyperspace lane.
Mm-hmm. Like there is
Like
a
a-
stationary object where there's not supposed to be one.
A stationary object?
Pull us out of hyperspace or divert course. Which is the more feasible option?
Pull us out of hyperspace.
Yeah, can't divert while we're in hyperspace.
Yeah, let's
Not safely.
pump the brakes. Let's not crash.
Okay.
Although that would be a good time to fake our own deaths.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the emergency hyperspace jump would pull me up to the bridge again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick scan of whatever that object is.
It's not hard to find because as you come into real space, the asteroid covers the entire
boy.
view field.
Whoa!
So,
Like it
That
is borderline
would not have been good.
balloon size.
that's no moon.
What? Huh? That's not on the charts.
And the communication array starts beeping at you.
Oh,
From-
yep. I was about to say something this big's probably got a colony in it. Someone pinging us for a call or.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. What's up? This is it's the Pocket Aces. Who are you?
Pocket Aces. We're going to need you to shut off your engines, lower your shields, and prepare to be boarded.
Are you the asteroid?
Not exactly. And on your sensors, you see all of these other ships coming into view, like into sensor range from around the asteroid.
Oh, they're doing whatchamacallit?
They're pirates.
Marg Sabel closure.
Do I recognize this voice?
It is not Jim Cummings, no.
Damn it.
Why would
Well,
Pooler
we're not carrying any illegal cargo, but no.
Who
All
are
right.
you? That's what I want to know first.
Yeah,
before we-
under whose authority? As I put the engines on and turn on the shields.
Who are you?
I am Commodore Silvertooth.
From?
From here, of course. Now, you've raised your shields. I need you to undo that. Otherwise, we have to knock them down. And it will be a tremendous mess.
What kind of ships are they sending us? Like a bunch of little like easy fighters or what?
Yeah, there's a bunch of... You can't identify the fighters yet. There are some larger ships. Freighters. Not what you're flying, but like YT size, heavily modified.
Was freighter, now gunship kind of vibe.
Kind of thing, yes.
Okay. How secure is their comm system right now?
Presumably bulletproof.
You would have to, use a computer to figure that out.
If only he were a robot.
Math. That's a 31.
31. They're not exactly military grade secure, but their password is not 1234 either.
So
Can
it's
I
ISIS.
theoretically blast the most obnoxious music at full volume through their comm system?
Never gonna give you up.
Jedi
Never
Rocks?
gonna let you down.
Like just the most obnoxious thing you can imagine in this particular universe at
So
full
that would be
volume.
the Jabba's palace, the
Yeah.
Tulawag, wah wah wah. Yeah.
It's also only like a 30-second clip of that song, so it's just that incredibly annoying part.
But
over
also-
and over and over again.
Wah!
It's like
But also,
when you leave a TikTok open and it just keeps going again and again and again.
So,
but also that like scratchy, like terrible hold music.
Yes,
yeah, just
it does
default.
sound like it's coming through like a lead pipe. Also at full volume.
I'm going to do the main counterattack for a Marg Sabal closure, which is ambush the ambushers and charge straight at the asteroid.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Guns are ready.
Kind of what I was expecting to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to blow up their comms so
Yeah.
they can't communicate with
Before-
each other to just cause pure chaos.
Before they do that, though, I want to ask them one more question.
I'm about to hit play.
No, not who's your daddy. Okay, two more
Do it.
questions. First question, Commodore or Commander, whatever you are, who do you represent?
Myself,
Then
That
why
is
do
fine.
I care about you?
because I have more guns than you.
No, you don't.
Not for long.
What does the fox say?
Wait, where are the Pocket Aces? Doesn't the Pocket Aces have fighters?
It does. We have a fighter wing. If someone would like to run that CAG while I pilot this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit play on their comm system and just bombard it with obnoxious sound.
See, I thought you were going to go with the Jawa version of Michael Bolton, but
Ah!
I mean, it could be Baby Shark at full volume.
Just the best of hits of your electronic buffer suite.
oh, that was a rough 6 months of Baby Shark thing, let me tell you.
All right.
Okay, so let's. Who wants to roll initiative for your ship?
I got it. Since I'm flying. Loud. Sorry.
Okay.
You sure you don't want me to do it?
If
Uh,
Scurvy needs me to, I will put more music in there, and it just will start playing "You Raise Me Up" by Josh Garvin.
Ted,
Well-
did you roll hot? Maybe you should save that for guns.
Okay.
I'm also sending out a ship-wide red alert. Everyone's battle stations.
Yeah.
Fighters, get in your ships. Kind of a vibe.
I rolled a nat 20 for my use computer check to help with using the computers.
Stuff in the things. Okay.
For the
Blow up their
computer.
comm system.
So, Edna, are you giving the fighters the commands?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 21 on initiative, which is probably lower than 10, but what you gonna do?
With all that junk and
Okay.
What?
There's at this point there's like a combination of 8-bit pirate shanties and Wookiee classical music blasting at the same time over their
Oh,
speakers.
I guess this ship doesn't get my modifier, does it? So that's a 9.
We are just releasing Edna's ADHD into their comm system.
Wait, so the total initiative roll was 9?
It does. The ship doesn't get. It has a +0, so it's
Oh.
9.
Oh,
Yeah, most ships have a +0 to initiative. So It's just the dice.
Less than ideal.
Okay.
I mean, it's slightly below average, but nothing we can do about it.
As their comm system is now blasting a combination of random Star Wars music, Josh Groban, Baby Shark, and What Does the Fox Say?
Okay, so while your fighters are scrambling,
Simultaneously.
while your fighters are
I
scrambling,
want to go play in traffic for them.
If there's any way we could do this later on, to just edit in a solid 1 minute clip of all of those crammed together after the live gets posted properly. Just trying to
Just
explain
really, you're just escalating electronic warfare to electronic war crimes.
Yes, basically. Okay. Sorry, John, go on.
Yeah, so does a 22 beat the Manon Callings reflex defense?
Yeah.
Pocket ace.
Yeah.
No?
Pocket ace.
It does?
It does. Yeah. It's
Oh, pocket
Yeah.
aces.
I mean, so it's important to note that when we're using the ship statistics, we don't have my base attack bonus or skill bonuses. So it's like normal sub 20 numbers across the board. So
Lame.
All right.
sorry.
So as the fighters close in, they start unleashing, and 64 points of damage.
Okay.
All right.
May I shoot them now?
Please do.
Yes, you may. And if you need to make a pilot check for maneuvering or any sort of...
I'll make a pilot check to get closer and try to reduce the field of fire while shoving them into the point defense range of Ted.
Okay.
I'm also going to scramble the fighters and do my best to kind of
Ed,
coordinate.
Edna's running that. You're on electronic
Oh, I
warfare.
just got that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I'll keep up the tunes. I'm the DJ.
A-wings, right? A-wings.
So it's not my attack that I'm using; it's the ship's attack that I'm using. Correct?
19.
Right.
So yes, and there's normally a minus 20 penalty. However, we do have the point defense upgrade. So you get your regular attack, which is a +2 to hit, plus its dexterity. Which is...
You'll be using that guy.
It's a +10.
Okay.
So whatever I roll +10.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. What you got?
Roll high.
Well, then I have a 28 to hit.
And I got a 28 to fly. 28!
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. You want to go ahead and roll damage on that?
What is my damage roll on that one? There,
Your
you
damage roll is a turbo laser battery, which does 5d10 times 5.
5d10. Okay.
You can roll all ones. It's okay.
Crap. Well, I dropped my dice. I got to start again.
Is this like an ugly that's coming after us? Like an
Yes.
X-Men? Okay, so it's got like 39 and a half hit points, rounding down.
50. With a damage reduction of 10.
Okay.
Vehicular combat.
32. So 32 times 5.
Okay.
So the ship explodes into a fireball that his buddy tries to fly through to look cool.
But alas, he's also flying an ugly, and this is the one that's a TIE cockpit with the Y-wing engines.
Yep. And so it like catches part of the engine through the cockpit.
Oh.
So you've taken out 2 with one shot. All right, so there are 4.
Great shooting, Ted.
All right, can you roll initiative for the A-Wings?
Do I get to talk smack to the Commodore after every shot?
Only if somebody unscrambles the comms.
Dang it.
You can
Okay,
still
never
do
mind.
it over the haze.
Initiative is +12 on the A-Wing?
Just every third word, they're just like, you son of... Just Baby Shark starts blasting again.
23.
Your ships are trapped.
A-Wings get +12 to initiative.
I got the book.
I handed her the stuff.
He handed me the book.
Oh, convenient.
I feel
That's
fancy.
That's a key element for your for this job.
For what Edna's trying to do right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be Uglies, A-Wings, Manon calling. See if they can do
We're in
this.
the pocket aces, though.
Oh, Pocket Aces, right, sorry. I wrote down the wrong initials. PA, not MC.
All as well.
Yep. All right.
Scurvy has maneuvered themselves to the computer in the engine bay just in case things start breaking down.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my best to keep up the blasting, but also keep the shields alive.
If you can, keeping the shields alive could be clutch.
Right.
I got fast repair and a whole bunch of other stuff, so I could do my best.
So I'm still at the computer station in the Pocket Aces.
All of a sudden, I can
Giving-
only picture Scurvy now as Danny DeVito. So anyway, I started blasting.
No, Scurvy's just in the engine bay, just like,
Rocking out to the nonsense that we blasted into their comms.
All right.
great.
So 21 to hit for
Us or an A-Wing?
to hit Pocket Aces.
That is a hit, yes.
Okay. I don't actually have the stat block in front of me, so it's
For what? Do you need stat blocks?
Pocket Aces.
no, I don't.
Okay.
Scurvy's in there doing repairs while singing "You Raise Me Up." You're welcome.
Okay, another 48 damage.
I want to
I
hear
wish
it
my
like
soundboard
I want to hear
didn't
like you
crack.
raise me up
How
in a
much?
Scurvy death metal mode.
48.
I'm sorry, what was that, Udex?
How much damage?
48.
Okay.
48.
Okay.
All right. And then they start to veer away.
We still have shields for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Can,
All right.
can I shoot him again?
It's the A-Wing's turn, so they can attack.
Okay.
Give him the pew pews.
I mean, you had what, 6 on board?
We had 2 A-Wings, 1 X-Wing, and 1 B-Wing.
Ooh. All right, so the 2 A-Wings.
The 2 A-Wings.
They got out first because they're the fastest.
Correct.
Okay. So they are going to, as I've sent them out of the ship, they're going to go for they're going to flank
Okay.
and try to go for whichever ships are on the sides.
All right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Base attack.
+7.
7, yeah.
Hmm?
On each weapon, it has the attack. Homestead.
Okay, so laser cannons, medium concussion missiles.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna go with the medium
That
concussion.
sounds fun.
Sounds like fun, exactly.
Oh, you're just making a point now. All right.
So that would be 24 to hit.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's going to hit.
Yee!
That's 90, 10 times 2. Great roll.
Jesus.
9.
Wow.
You might just need a
90.
dice roller for
It
that.
averages to 90 if you want to take the average.
Okay, so there's 10, 16. Give me a minute.
You need more dice?
No! Do I need more dice?
Here, Kathleen, take these.
Thank you.
Take these
Now,
ones. There you go.
let me. Allow me to get to my giant dice bag of holding.
Okay. So, while she's doing that,
So I dramatically slam it down.
Yeah, let's see here.
So that's the A-Wings. Is it back to us or no? Not yet.
Approximately how many fighter ships came at us?
This group is 6. There's another group off to the side. Then the gunship freighters.
2, 3,
We should probably get
Freighters? As in
Yeah.
multiple freighters?
4.
Okay.
Honestly, we should probably send the X-Wing and the bomber over to the freighters. Take out the big ones while we can.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yep, it's Edna's call. We're busy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so as far
this
as
is all running through Scurvy's brain while they're pumping the base.
Tactical mastermind.
I
Um,
mean, you can make a mechanics check to try to restore some shields.
oh, absolutely, I will.
Please do. Please roll high.
Get back to the right.
You said 9? 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
90-10.
Math, mechanics, 14. Math. That's a 32.
32. All right. You get 10 points of shield back.
Yay!
Woo!
And there was much rejoicing.
It's like when you're playing one of the Dark Forces games and you're getting shot at and you run over a shield bonus and it goes up for a second and then it goes back up.
It goes up like this much, and you're like, boy, I sure hope I'm almost done with this fight. I recently replayed Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Academy with like the Doom mods or the one-hit kill mods, so you can only take like 3 hits, and they can only take like 3 hits. Very fun.
Really?
Very, very fun to be like, because it's got kind of the same like damage curve as like Jedi Fallen Order, you know, where like you really need to be careful to not get shot. It's fun.
Okay. All right. I might have to try that. Oh boy.
Well, that sounds terrifying.
That was fun.
Rip that guy.
It's more fun when I get to do it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, not allowed.
How's
On
the
all of the
math
weapons
coming
that
over
you
there?
fire have just 1d6
Working on it.
damage. That's it.
My Wednesday group has someone who's just starting to play a paladin, and I'm like, this is going to make you very good at arithmetic in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got a nat 20. I'm just gonna pump all of my divine smite into that.
I guess that's 8d8. Like, yeah, start counting.
What'd you get?
124.
124 damage. Let me check the math again real quick.
After multiplying by 2 or before?
That was after.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally plausible.
Let's see, 15 shields.
I'm just
10
going to keep my
damage
other
reduction,
D10s
hit
over
points,
here in case I need them
threshold,
again.
34. No, it is just a
Soup?
the person that was in it is soup. Boiled soup.
See, no one's pulling DNA from that. I'll tell you that much. Just hit him with a concussion missile. Just shake it loose. Nothing comes up, rancor doo-doo.
All right. So we're back around to the pocket aces. Scurvy brought up the shields. What are you guys doing?
I'm still flying as close as I can over this asteroid, and I'm imagining that there might be some sort of control tower somewhere. And if so, I'm going to shoot it.
I was going to say, do we have a clear sight line on Commander What's His Nuts?
We don't even know what ship they're in. They could
Yeah.
be in a fighter for all we know.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that.
So that one still
Well,
has
no,
3
we're
uglies left.
scrambling everything.
That one still has 3 left. There's another 6 coming in from the other side. So
Ted, keep blasting. I'm going to keep flying us in a more advantageous position. Try to get like a plus for our AC or a minus for there to hit as I dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge.
you can dodge a wrench.
Okay,
Roll that. Okay, that's a real roll. That's what we're looking for. 36.
36.
To
Oh, yeah,
dodge,
you-
duck, dip, and dodge.
You've managed to create a solid barrier, to provide cover for your fighters as they exit, prevent flanking, and give Ted a really pretty shot.
I'm ready to shoot.
All right.
That's this way. There we go.
I have a question once
Ted,
Farmer Ted has a couple blasts.
Ted.
So that's 30.
Okay.
Ted.
That's it.
Yeah, roll damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, my roll was a nat 20. I add 10 on top of that.
Oh,
That's 30.
Oh,
that's if it's a nat 20, you don't say that's a 30. You say that's a nat 20.
that's a crit.
Significantly better.
That doubles the amount of damage you do.
Oh, well, I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So let's roll
Yeah.
damage like you normally would, and then
So
double.
50 times 10, so that's like
How many was it again? 6
5
D10?
d10 times 10.
Do you need help?
Nope.
You got it.
You guys just repeat
5d100.
What, John?
You guys are just competing to see who can do the most damage now.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So
I'm just
35
hanging out in the
times
back.
10, that'd be 350.
Times 2.
Times 2, so that's 700.
No, 35.
you could have taken no, it's 350 because it's times 10. But you could have done you could have cut a Star Destroyer in half with that damage, dude.
This one ship, there's a pilot just going, "Hey, what's that?" And they're gone.
I just imagine somebody on that ship going,
You just shot the pilot in the head. You just happened to be flying.
You happen to snipe through the windshield.
No.
Oh god.
Great shooting. Keep it up.
Do we get another double kill with that? Goes through one ship into another.
Oh. That one actually, that makes an example of the freighter that was coming up behind him too.
God.
Because those aren't terribly tough, you know. Whew.
Now
But
I
let's see.
am.
Yeah, that would have had like 120 hit points.
To be fair, 350 hit points put the hurt on us. So good shooting.
There's not even wreckage of that ship left. It's just gone.
that makes me happy.
So
So anyway, I started blasting.
to our wonderful GM,
All right, so
I have the talent fast repair. So whenever I make a mechanics roll to a vehicle, I can add temporary hit points. Can I do that to the pocket aces?
yeah, if it's taken any actual damage yet.
No.
Okay. I thought I could add that onto our shields.
No, we currently
I was
have
hopeful.
we have 18 shields left. So
Can I just heal 10?
yes.
Ah,
Sorry. No, we have 28 shields left. Yeah. Math.
Math is
and
hard.
keep firing. I don't think I can keep up with this.
Okay.
Just plug in. Just scomp in and start, keep dancing and solve stuff. You got this. We believe in you.
So anyway, I fixed it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I found my missing D10.
Hey.
Okay, so I know that's going to hit
No.
because that was. I only got a 19
Yeah, no, it's fine.
plus 7.
No.
Yeah. So 26 definitely hits us by 8.
40 points of damage.
Now we're out of shields.
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
As those two fly past and don't seem to be turning around, the other wing is approaching. But now it is.
Oh, didn't.
Hmm.
Did we get our X-wing and B-wing out yet or not yet?
That's up to Edna on her turn.
So you still got
Oh,
the.
right, because. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to have them do?
How many ships are left?
They have 8 fighters left.
How many missiles do I have left?
Ostensibly 11 per A-wing plus 12 proton torpedoes on the X-wing plus a boatload of hurt on that B-wing. That thing's going to run out of targets before it runs out of ammo. Made a lot of special modifications myself. It is painted a shade of red that only me and the Wookiee can see. Yeah, it is a violent craft.
I absolutely love Udex.
So my A-wings
Yes.
Yeah, A-wings are the real stars, though.
are going at the next set of fighters.
Okay.
So still flanking, working their way toward the
So wait,
middle.
the ones that are flying away or the ones that are coming in?
I need a map.
They are A-wing pilots. They might get frisky. They might get They might get bloodthirsty and go after the ones who are running away.
So big asteroid.
Yep. Asteroids in front of you. Ship's facing this way.
Okay.
These guys came in from port, crossed over to starboard. Now you have starboard coming in. They have 6 this way, 2 that way. They're like trying to zigzag past you.
Do the A-wings go out the back of the pocket aces or the front?
They come out the front and like the shoulders, one on each side. So they're already out,
Right, yeah, I'm just like trying to...
front and engaged.
Probably look at the... Well, which way is Ted shooting?
Ted was shooting port because they were coming in.
Then I'll go to the other ones.
Getting them as they run away or come in. It's important. I need to
The
keep
opposite of whatever Tim's doing.
going. Okay. So the ones that are coming in.
Work with
I
me
need to keep
here.
track of what's where.
I need a map.
So do I.
Okay. Well, that could be worse. So that would be... What did we say it was 11? No, 7?
They're plus 12.
Yeah.
Plus 12. Right, plus 12. Okay, so 22.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
Okay. And that's my 90, 10 again.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to go for the average of 45 or do you want to actually roll for it? I'm asking. It's a lot of math. There's a reason Tim's not doing this part.
I have a ridiculous number of dice for a reason. I have
Sorry,
low
Jeanette.
impulse control and shop a lot. But now I actually get to use them.
I love the resignation in John's voice. As Kathleen rolls a high enough number to hit, and he's just like, yeah, that'll do. It's like, yeah, just kill them, whatever.
Yeah.
No way to plan this.
105.
Good grief.
I don't go with averages.
Wait, 105 total or with the times 2? Because that's just the dice.
No, it's
Oh, wait, no, that's
90-10 doesn't go that
90
way.
to, yeah. I forgot how many D10 were being rolled. That's my bad.
How does a D10 go?
It's easy to lose track.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
I meant how many there were. Leave me alone.
That was a concussion missile, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it explodes into a fiery display. The incoming ships are starting to veer off, realizing how badly fracked they are.
You have another A-wing, as well as an X-wing or B-wing.
Haven't even gotten there yet.
Yep.
We're just sending out the first guys.
All right.
Can we now taunt them over the comm that we have blasted music through?
If you would like to, sure.
With the... I thought you said that you had more guns than us. This appears to not be going well.
Hey, Commandant Less Guns, you want to retract your previous statements now?
You know, I'm willing to call it a draw. How about we go on our way, you go on your way, we forget this ever happened.
How about you give us your stuff, and then we'll go on our way.
You've blown up half of my stuff.
Then give me the other half.
If we take
Yes. Mathematically, you still have stuff.
we also haven't taken out the rest of our ships.
We still have
No.
more. And we have
Give
bigger
us
guns.
stuff.
Oh, surely, you gentle beings must understand. I am simply a businessman trying to make my way through the galaxy.
You can either give me your stuff, or I can come get it and take your silver tooth with it.
Which is what that sounds like.
Jeez Louise! I don't speak Sherwood very well, but that sounds very mean.
Perhaps we could arrange a parlay.
No.
What do you say, crew? 1 or 2 more ships destroyed? Yeah. Okay, I start playing the music again.
I'll take
We'll
one more
destroy
shot
2
at
more,
him.
and then I'll pause the music.
Go for it there,
I'm
Ted.
also repairing the shields, by the way.
That's
I'm
25.
frantically just like, oh god.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, is it our turn again?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm shooting at him again. So that's a 6d10, no, 5d10, excuse me.
So you had some point defense lasers that were going to be coming into play pretty soon, right, Udex?
So the point defense is an upgrade to the lasers that we already have, such that Ted does not take a minus 20.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 30. So I rolled 30. I times that by 5, so that's 150.
So not kill, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's going to obliterate whatever you were playing at.
So, stupid Admiral what's his nuts.
Yes.
Silverton.
Is he?
You haven't actually seen him.
We have. You just got audio.
So, I'm thinking here, though, guys. If he's got enough crew members left that we haven't blown up yet, we might as well use them to collect the bounty pucks.
If they happen to have the proper material.
You want to make an intelligence check real quick?
Also, I rolled a 30 for mechanics. Now, does the ship get temporary HP?
Yes. According to whatever that ability said.
Yeah. Fast repair. How much did I heal it then? Because we only got 12 points. It was 12 points went through to the actual ship. Because we had 28 shield. And fast repair, it says I give it temporary hit points equal to the mechanics check, which is a 30.
Okay. Let's see here.
So
Repair.
31.
Oh, you would get. You restore 1d8 hit points.
8. Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
So 8 hit points and then 30 temp.
Oh,
17 from 9.
well, we're barely scratched now.
Okay. So as you're starting to come up with this idea and everything, you remember that Davin said that he wanted them alive because he had an industrial meat grinder.
Yes.
Just saying.
Which is why I suggested carbonite.
That just means he's going to thaw them out first. Carbonite would reckon a meat grinder.
But that doesn't mean that he wouldn't pay us when we give him the carbonite and we could run before he thawed them.
And then he puts out the bounty on us again. That does not solve our problem.
And then we pay it. Then we get it again. We take the bounty, we get the money, and we just keep feeding them the wrong people.
Is that like buying things on
Money
TV and then
glitch.
getting the refund without sending?
Is there some sort of like hallucinogenic intoxicant in the atmosphere right here? You guys are having insane ideas. Anyway, I got a 36 to bear around this asteroid and see if I can't find something like a load bearing to shoot.
Well, as you swing around the asteroid, you catch sight of what's it called? Like a bulk cruiser.
Oh, like a Gazanti? Or like one of the big triangular ones?
Gazanti, which ones were those? Those were
I'll
those
show you.
ones in there? Okay, cool.
He has
I love
diagrams.
it when he has a model. Makes me happy. I love that you guys spent like the first 25 minutes just trying to come up with a plan, and I sat here doing nothing. That was beautiful.
Best part of being a GM is just letting the players do their thing.
Yep.
This is the Gazanti.
It's a little bit bigger than that.
Okay, like an Artiquins or something, or equivalent?
Yeah. Kind of like that.
And then we're in this guy.
Uh-huh. That's pretty.
It's cheap, too. This game's discontinued now, so
Oh,
good luck finding the pieces. I know. Well, once again, declining rate of return on capital.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Hasbro knows all about that right now. Anyway.
So there is something in front of me that looks vaguely load-bearing.
Yes.
It seems like the kind of thing that I dislike.
Okay.
Are we pausing the music to give them a moment to surrender, or are we just crippling them?
Let's give him another chance to surrender.
Okay, well, I'm going to give him another chance to take some damage.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, he's got because he'll put him in good position, us in good position, and then if they, depending on what their answers are to the next statement, then we start blasting.
You're giving them another chance to take damage. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I love that.
Hang on, math.
Oh wow,
I know,
you're saying it's bad.
right? It's 125 plus. It's 130.
Okay.
I rolled low.
Wait, what was the hit? I didn't hear it.
Oh, the to hit was 21.
Yeah, that hits. All right. So yeah, they get a very large hole in the side of their ship.
Does someone want to let them know we're now accepting unconditional surrenders?
You are or are not.
I think we can accept surrenders.
Music pauses. We will accept your unconditional surrender along with all of your goods. Thank you.
You know, this makes sense. Are you
Yes,
hiring
it does.
guys?
No, we are not hiring.
Well, depends on
Are
your
you
species.
sure?
We might have a job for you.
No, we could be hiring. All right, clear your docking bay, disarm yourselves, land all your ships, and be waiting in the airlock with no weapons.
All right.
We also have an onboard military that if we find any of you with a weapon, no one
We
will
will
find
open fire.
any of you ever again.
And we will, in fact, feed you to an industrial meat grinder. We know a guy.
It's now our recurring joke.
You'll be turned into the Nerf patties for the Krusty Krab.
Is that the secret ingredient?
Always has been.
I thought it was plankton. Anyway,
Oh boy.
maybe.
So, I presume fast forwarding to their unconditional surrender as we put on our biggest hats and come down and we're like, aha! Commodore Silvertooth in the flesh, finally defeated by people you don't know and threatened once.
Yeah, so he's rather tall humanoid, green skin, very like fine features, narrow fingers, one long ponytail down the back.
Oh, is he a Faline? Like Zeton Maj?
Hmm?
Is he a Faline?
Yeah.
Is that his species? Okay.
Mm.
Well, at least he didn't say he's here with the Black Sun or whatever. Jeez.
So you have proven yourselves admirably. I shall be happy to surrender my forces and be on my way. Unless you need somebody to command one of your ships.
No.
Maybe someone was. Do you have anyone who's good?
Oh. For a lesser force, this would have been an overwhelming assault. You must see that yourself.
No.
No.
We have a Commodore 64 already on the ship. We don't really need a Commodore 63.
Clone humor.
I was not expecting that. God.
Ted with the Gen X dad jokes.
Okay.
Oh,
Commodore, what was your plan here? You parked an asteroid in the middle of a hyperspace lane
Yes.
and decided to just waylay every ship that came across your way?
Yes.
Had it been working for you?
60% of the time, it worked every time.
the statistics don't add.
So like 3 times it worked and twice it didn't?
Yes, basically.
Okay. All right.
How many times have you done this?
You make 4th.
Wow.
Where you don't even have the proper percentages.
Details.
But you didn't even lie in your favor. That's very embarrassing for a pirate.
I'm gonna now address their crew and just, did anyone oppose this decision?
Kind of, but he explained it in a way that made sense.
You are all too stupid.
If it was
to
anything
say.
short of I'm the captain and I'm doing this, you're all idiots.
That was the summation of it. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, what do we do with these guys? We don't even have work for them unless we want to like sick them on a random Imperial outpost in the Outer Rim.
They don't
No.
have the forces for that anymore.
I say we just take our share of goods, call it a day, and let them leave with the skin on their backs.
And maybe anyone who's halfway decent and willing to fight the Empire instead of unarmed civilians can join us for, traditional hazing in our Marine barracks.
I will again vaguely gesture to the crew. Who has been conscripted and who volunteered?
It's kind of a fun.
Volunteers, put your left hand up if you have a left appendage. Conscription, put your right hand up. Do any of them put their right hand up?
Nope.
They're
Some will
all
put either one up.
volunteers.
Do any of them not have right hands?
They all have something resembling a right appendage.
Okay, I don't think that's a great way to start it. Do any of you? So here's how we're gonna play this. Y'all are gonna go about your way after we take your loot, and you're just starting from scratch. And any of your crew who are willing to actually do this for something instead of just money, you can join up. We can't guarantee getting paid, although we do try to get paid. But if the reason you're out here, if the reason you're out at the edge of society trying to make a living by stealing it from people is because of the Empire coming in and blowing up your farm or blowing up your meatpacking factory or shutting down your illegal street racing scene, then that's who we're fighting. And if you want to win fights, you can fight them too because they suck almost as much as you guys do.
With each thing that you mentioned the Empire potentially have doing, you see a few eyes in the crowd kind of light up and like start looking around like, this guy makes sense. Do you have what is that skill in this game? Is it diplomacy?
The equivalent of persuasion.
Boy, you don't want me making social rolls. Can I just...
Roll persuasion.
Oh, lordy. This is going to make things worse.
Yeah.
I have the charisma and persuasion modifier of a damp shrew.
I mean, I
I
have
don't know.
the ability to help.
Kirby has a
I rolled good, so I got a 17.
Okay. So you get about 10 pirates that want to join you now.
Good enough. All right. Give us your loot.
Okay.
And anything, do you have like cool illegal paints or anything? I got some shark teeth to paint.
Do any of you know Hondo Onaka? That's all I want to know.
The Pirate King?
Does he have the One Piece?
As we're going through this, I'm realizing I really miss playing Black Flag. I need to get back to that.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Anyway.
Best game they ever made.
Yep. So you get armaments, you get stolen cargo, supplies, 10 new crew members. What are you going to do with the rest of the ships?
I am going to upload into their Navi computer the location of 10 Imperial bases that I pulled from some of the code cylinders that we have. We have 4 code cylinders from imps that we've taken. I'm going to upload 10 of what I presume to be the easiest for them to go after. Like the most out in the boonies kind of outpost.
And you know what? Because they're pirates, you should throw in one real hard one.
Just one that has like a skull over it.
Just one. You are not leveled enough for this encounter because that's way funnier.
When it starts up, does it go? Arg, 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 arg.
It's basically starting Dark Souls at the final boss.
Perfect.
I'm I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk to... This is both Ben not remembering, but also Scurvy not caring to remember. Commandant, guy with face.
Silvertooth.
Sure. I'm going to go up to him and just... I have uploaded locations to your Navi computer. If you wish to do something of value, you may take from these places and try and make contact with the Resistance.
If
Or
we see you again, we'll kill you.
that as well. I have now also uploaded a computer virus that at any given point that you are within range of us, I can push a button and your engines will explode.
Ooh.
That sounds.
I don't know if I can actually do that, but Scurvy's going to say it anyway.
Can you make it use computer check real quick?
Absolutely, I can. That's a
He's like
28.
happily.
With a 28, can I do that?
I think so. Because I mean,
Great.
Oh, the voice cracks are even better now.
yeah.
It's not even voice cracking. I'm just going super high pitched.
It was just like very squeaky and happy, and it was fun.
Access information.
Basically, like a 7-foot tall, very intimidating looking droid with the least intimidating personality.
You have a moderately intimidating personality. You're like the number 3 person for advocating murder in this crew.
What was your use computer check?
28.
28. Yeah, it takes you a little bit of time, but you are able to implant at least what you believe is going to be a suitable virus. Yes.
Oh yeah. For the most part, it's just going to turn off the coolant and over-cycle the engines to the point where they melt.
Oof.
Yeah.
Great success.
Yeah.
That's if we find them again. And then I'm just gonna grab whichever of the 10 crewmates that we have now acquired and see whichever ones are engineeringly inclined and just drag them to the engine bay.
Okay. All right.
The rest of you are on mop duty with Kyle. All right, let's go.
Oh, Kyle.
Poor Kyle. You know, you picked him
poor
up
Kyle.
with the Skekfish incident, if you remember.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
That's where we got Kyle.
That's where we
I
got
was
him.
reluctant to take him. I literally just went, fine, get on there.
Not only Kyle, but who I don't remember the name of our head chef, but she was from that planet too.
Gormunda.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple people from the Skekfish Island on our ships.
They were our first extra crew.
We might need to start putting them in dangerous ship missions.
Are we not? Have we not been?
I mean, Kyle's probably been sitting in the co-pilot seat of whatever ship we can get him in with no actual controls.
Kyle's over there going, "I'm doing it. Look at me, Mom. Pew 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 pew. I made the noise."
It's like when you
It's
get
like when you got a
video game controller.
the controller that's not plugged in.
That's not plugged in, yeah. Or the batteries are dead in. Yeah, go ahead and knock yourself out, kid.
I'm doing really good.
You're
Mine
the
doesn't
bestest.
fall up.
She never did.
No, she never did.
Or how many of the crew that we have just grabbed are like engineers or like mechanics in by any regard?
4.
Okay. I am effectively throwing them at our shield generator and any dings and dents that are in the walls, being like, fix it. You broke it. Fix it.
Right away, sir.
You made the mess. You clean up the mess.
We've
All
had
right.
it how many times lately?
Oh, so
Great success.
Oh, being a parent is like running a pirate ship. Anyway,
yup.
lots of rum.
Somebody barfs.
All right, so where are you going next?
We were running a delivery full of stuff, full of steaks.
Was there anybody on their crew though that was similar in stature and species and stuff to us?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there was a Trandoshan, a couple Zabraks, some humans,
Wookiee.
no Athorians, no Wookiees.
Yeah, there's no Thorian table that we have to get rid of.
Hey, that's a
I'm
backup.
not entertaining this motion. I'm not gonna commit abduction and murder just to cover my butt. I don't have many standards other than, being a very good torque wrench arm, but I do draw the line at that.
You can always just raid a prison and just take like the worst of the worst.
I mean, if we get a bunch of we can't do the Empire because it's just full of humans, which is boring. So
It's been a while since I've done a prison raid.
One of the pirates says he's going about. I mean, the Hutts have prisons, don't they? Like private.
yeah, but people in the Hut prison are probably actually good people. See?
I mean, they're usually people that cross the Hut, but not bad enough for them to kill them. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing. Sorry to bother you.
Correct.
This is one of the new guys that we just grabbed.
Yeah.
He's mopping away, just giving opinions when we literally just destroyed so many of his friends.
Can you believe this guy? He's got another 9 years of mop duty before he can share his opinion with us.
Oh.
It goes double for you, Kyle.
Well, that's interesting. Anyway, apparently somebody's pretending to be Tim on the internet.
What?
Yeah, I got somebody pretending to be me. It's just kind of
Oh,
happening right now. Sorry, I kind of
Okay.
got distracted a little bit here.
Yeah.
You guys need to take 5 and resolve that?
No, I'm just kind of here. I'm just pretend that Ted is up in the gun seat, just playing on his data pad and ignoring all the rest of you.
He's shopping
Such
for
an
Z6
iPad
upgrades.
kid.
It's like, ooh, I could add, faster rotation, up the power output.
While he's also singing "You Raise Me Up" and then cursing Edna, because now it's stuck in his head.
Which language is that in? Shiruk?
Who knows?
Anyway,
Maybe I was playing it in multiple languages.
ooh, that's just a war crime.
It's a war crime to play it in English.
Anyhow. So, yeah, where were you headed with those stakes? I don't think we ever actually determined that.
I think they mentioned it. I think you mentioned it last time, but that was also a month ago.
I just watched.
There's definitely a planet that did not appear to have anything amazingly strange going on with it.
Okay. So
Probably go very poorly.
let me pick a planet here real quick. If I have one.
Planetary dice roller.
No, not that one. Not that one. Saria. You're taking them to Saria. Yeah. So, as you approach the planet, you get a signal from flight control. Please transmit your identification and shipping manifest.
Yahoy! This is Pocket Aces. We are delivering steaks to. It's called Barbecue Adimundi.
Oh, yes, of course. Now, you understand, due to the environmental controls on our planet, you need to stay specifically within your flight path. Do not deviate. And we need you to do this at the most efficient settings that you can manage.
Fine.
We're very strict about our regulations.
Okay, I put the covers over all the red buttons. Fine. Lie onto them. I might need them. I might need them for later. I might need the red buttons. I might need the purple buttons. But we're going to use the blue buttons as long as possible.
Okay. All right. So after landing, Port Authority meets you there. They're all, very bland, by the book. Yes. Okay. So we got it's being delivered. We'll have our warehouse crew unload it for you. Do you have any further business on our world before you depart?
Not unless you need something moved. We are moderately inexpensive and quite quick.
No, I'm thinking that we have everything. Well, that is running late. No, we've already got a contractor lined up for it. Let me see here. Oh, no. Unfortunately, we don't have any easy jobs for you right now. And I'm terribly sorry. Such a fun if you would be having no trouble.
Easy's not necessarily a critical path. We also take care of pirate issues, and if you have anything that is, let's say traditional to the Saurian people as opposed to the modern imperial rule, that is the kind of thing we can also do some work with.
I'm gonna pull Udex off to the side and kind of hit the mute button on the comm. I do not think that is a good idea, especially for me to be here.
Why not? Did you blow up this planet?
There were about 1 million casualties, yes.
Dang.
There was also an assassination of their leader.
Brutal. Well, then you should stay on the ship.
That's all. Scurvy just I might get dismantled here.
But they might not have anything that they need moving because they're lame and law-abiding and don't need our services, in which case we'll be on our way and figure out what's going on next. Maybe we could send our new recruits over to Pivot to give them the second tier of indoctrination.
Second tier of indoctrination? Do I want to know?
Yeah, they've been getting hazed by the Marines and us for however long the flight time is, but we really gotta get the full rebel brainwashing in.
Is it rebel brainwashing or is it anyway?
It's like scrubbing.
Programming.
Yeah, you gotta inform people of how whatever they're doing was detrimental to the natural order of things.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to do a thing that's going to sound so dumb, but be really fun to do.
All right.
Scurvy's going to take a whole bunch of defective or broken restraining bolts, and I'm going to effectively turn them into buttons or patches, whatever you want to use I'm going to affix it to my new engineering crew's vest. And I'm basically just going to military drill them and just you are now under my control. You do not move. You do not think. You do not act without my say-so. Is that understood?
Good luck.
Wait, who did you say this to?
To the 4 engineers that we've acquired.
Yeah. Of course.
Response is Roger, Roger.
Roger, Roger, sir.
Get back to cleaning.
All right. All right. So,
It's gonna be fun.
you do receive a transmission from Pivot.
Awesome. More work. What's up?
So, the Project Doomslayer that we were investigating, thanks to the files that you found, with the what the Empire called it, a world devastator.
Mm-hmm.
We have found the location of where they're working on this, and if you're willing to take the job, we need you to see if you can get there.
Might we have some air support?
Not for this assignment, no.
What would you say our odds are based off of our current manifest?
You have a better chance than most, based on your record.
Good enough. Send the coordinates. Let's do this.
All right. We need you to go into the maw,
No problem.
and you're going to have to deviate from the standard Kessel path.
You don't happen to have charts, do you? Because that's like weird. That's off the map. That
It
stuff
is.
moves.
That is very off the map.
So what you're telling me is you don't have a map, and we're going to be flying by instinct.
More or less, yes.
Do you have any like really big bombs to make sure you can find our bodies, and/or we can do this as fast as possible?
Well, of course.
Hooray! All right. Well, then we'll meet you en route and get some Clone Wars era electroproton bombs that we can yeet out of things. And Scurvy will get on making a linear launcher for them. And then we will assault this world devastator, which, based off the Empire's naming convention, could be literally anything. They're kind of actually unimaginative.
They really are. Somebody needs to work on their PR. Too many engineers, not enough artists.
Are you missing your true calling, Pivot? Is that what you were before the war?
I painted, but we'll talk about that later.
I have some swatches to send you. What species are you?
Oh, what was she?
I
Probably.
think she's human, but she might be a cool human from a cool space, from a cool place that can see in the dark.
The variant humans.
What was she?
I remember she had purple hair.
Yeah, purple hair. Let's see here.
Now I will say
Visual.
we do have
She is human.
Okay, I'll send you a different set of paint swatches, but let's go do this.
Okay.
effectively a scouting crew that we can call back on.
What do you mean?
The people we just completely bombarded about 2 hours ago. That we can
I
now call upon and be like, hey, we have a mission for you.
What do we know about this world devastator thing? Because if we could fly an asteroid into it, that's a really cool thing. Although there's also, Rancor knows what inside the Maw. There might be bigger asteroids there, or the lost Katana fleet. Who knows? The Maw is horrifying.
This is going to be very meta. Has a particular person been flaunting a jaunt through the Maw at this point, or no?
12 parsec Kessel run? Yeah, it's going to take us a lot longer than that. But if we go off the map, then it's going to take us a lot longer than that because we might actually go a shorter distance, but with larger jumps. We're going to need to go to Kessel and find some illicit data. Otherwise, we're just flying blind into something that's full of all manner of who knows. So let's assemble the fleet.
So let me, just to get it straight, sorry. the World Devastator is inside the maw, or is it on Castle and we just have to go through the maw to get to it?
It's in the maw.
Less than ideal.
Yeah, what an interesting place to build something. But if we meet up with some real crazy characters on Kessel, they might have, I don't know, some Yog Shagath bait or whatever that we can use to chase that thing off.
Maybe some kind of weird signal that's been coming out of the mall recently that we can at least get a vague idea.
Oh, sorry, that was its Iridonian name. I believe it's actually called a Summa Verminoth. So maybe they have bait for that.
You looked it up. I love it. Okay, so your plan is to go to Kessel, gather information, and then from there try to get into this?
I mean, Kessel's right by the maw, right? So we're going to take the normal way in, and then on our way out, we will take the exit into the maw.
Okay.
Do we want to swap over ships first, or do we want to get information, then decide what ship we're taking?
Depends. If we are going to... I don't know if we'll have a chance to transfer after this. So if we want to do a big air assault and do the Rogue Squadron video game thing where we run around in starfighters and blow up a world devastator, we should stay on this ship. If we want to try to drop bombs on it, we should probably load up electroproton bombs onto the linear cannon in the Manon Calling, because it'll definitely put those bombs far enough away. I don't know how big they are, but it'll fling them hundreds of kilometers.
Always try and take both and just take the whole fleet.
Yeah, no, we're taking the whole fleet. I'm not going after a world devastator with anything short of being able to devastate a world. I'm not one of those heroic rebels who's like, it's me against the galaxy. I just got an X-Wing. No, I got you guys. Let's do this.
Well, James like, that makes sense. You're smarter than the last guy I worked for.
You're going to get another 6 months on your hazing sentence.
Just can't win around here. Kyle, what's the deal, man?
You missed the spot.
Oh, sorry, flashback. I've had janitorial jobs. All right. So where are you convening your fleet?
We'll go to Kessel. We gotta get information. We gotta find someone in a bar who's prospecting the maw for secret pathways or something. Unless there's a planet nearby Kessel that halfway between the maw is normally where they'd go.
Let's see here, near Kessel. I mean, that's just outside of hut space. So I mean, Narshada's always an option. Or I need a bigger map.
I mean, my thought is get the whole fleet close to Kessel, but we go down in the ill-gotten gains for information and then call everyone in after the fact. Because an entire paramilitary fleet showing up to Kessel will raise alarms, whether it be to the huts, the imps, anything. Someone will not be happy about that.
So the way I see this is we could go to Obadiah the long way around, and the maw is the way from Kessel back onto the trade lane without going through Obadiah. I don't want to go to Obadiah. I don't want to get the Syndicate involved. So I guess we could meet them on Zerm. Or
Good old Zerm.
Good old Zerm. Or Slytherin. Yeah,
Is
there's
there
not
any-
much else out there. We are definitely in hut space.
Is there any tactical advantages to the planet Zerm? Is it a big world, a small world?
Zerm?
If it's a
Zerm.
big world with a lot of moons, we could potentially hide the fleet behind it. But if it ends up
Let me roll my used computers check. Oh, it's actually not even a planet.
Oh.
It's well, oh,
It's a planet. It was once a planet.
yeah.
Its inhabitants is a hellhole. Let's go to Zerm.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to park.
No, that is 100% where we're going. We're going to Zerm.
Okay. What's the planet?
This is a very like Star Trek original series Paradise Planet, except that the planet's like destroyed, and so they're living in like exploded domes. It's perfect.
Okay.
Gonna be some real weirdos here.
Okay. All right.
I need to go investigate.
So Zerm. Let's see.
I just want to say that people are stupid.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at what's going on here.
Do you need to take some time and deal with that stuff, Tim?
It's as dealt with as I can deal with it at the moment. It's just two people pretending to be me, which, by the way, if they were any good at research, they would know that was a flawed assumption to begin with. It's just people are. That's another reason why these people are stupid. But yeah, I have them. They were trying to gain admin access to our Facebook group, and they are blocked and removed.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So,
You've got
it is what it is.
Hmm?
It says, as under control as I can get it for the moment, it is what it is.
All right. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
So we have a
annoyed.
plan. Yeah.
let's go blow up some Imperials. Make you feel better.
Okay.
We're going to Zerm.
Zerm. That was ZERM, correct?
ZERM.
Okay. There's not really a whole lot going on there.
Is there even like a
Correct.
civilization left, or is it just craters?
No, it's
Oh yeah, because that doesn't happen. All right. Yeah, it's a terrible place to be.
And that's exactly where we're going.
All right. So you arrive over Zerm.
Zerm.
Yeah. Which that just makes me want to say Slurm, and let's see.
New base
I mean,
operation.
Yeah, it's a terrestrial planet. It's breathable, sort of, but it's got all kinds of weird storms going on. So if you want to land on the surface, you're going to have to make kind of a steep pilot check.
Do we
All right.
land or just
Unless you're just
hover north?
convening in space over
Well,
the
we'll
planet.
convene the fleet. We'll transfer around. We'll take whatever's easiest to land, which is probably the Tortuga.
Okay.
Yeah. And head
Wait,
down
why are we landing on Zerm?
to go to a bar to find information about the secret charts in the Maw so that we can find the way to move our fleet through the Maw without getting eaten by a son of Verminoth.
Wait. Are there people living on
I
Zerm?
apparently missed a whole lot.
Yes. Apparently so did I. I know what the
You-
plan
okay.
is.
Do you guys
I
just
was
want to fly?
asking,
Do you guys? We're in orbit here. If we go this way, we go to Obadiah. If we go this way, we go through the Maw. At some point, we're going to peel off in the Maw and go to coordinates that were given to us by Pivot. I would like to have a local guide who has recently gone through this route to tell us where something might be in the Maw. I would like a weather report before leading our entire fleet in there so we don't get eaten by giant space monsters and or Imperials and or just regular old rocks and clouds and all sorts of scary space stuff.
I mean, having a path through the Maw is not a bad idea. And that would it would expedite things to have that path, and for future ill-gotten gains. See what I did there. Yeah, I mean, as long as we know of somebody that, and I'm assuming that's why we're going to where we're going, is to get this person who can take us through. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's
But
what
then
I
yeah,
was asking.
I say then yeah, that's what we do.
That's mainly
So-
just asking if there is a population on Zerm.
It's small. They're rather unpleasant people. People live in some of the dumbest places possible. Zerm, has a small population, does have some shipping activity, supplies and all that. Obadiah is controlled by the Pikes.
Yeah, nah.
Let's avoid the Pikes.
Yeah, Zerm it is.
Just figuring that pertinent information would have come up in the conversation at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so now we have the fleet assembled. We'll board the Tortuga. We'll go down and we'll find the Spacers Bar, and we will flash some cash and buy some drinks and do some daring deeds to determine who is some hat, some cattle, and we'll actually have a up-to-date map of the Maw, including its secret off-ramps, especially one which might have been being used by, let's call them, military-industrial complex contractors.
It's amazing how quickly you can rattle those things off.
That was quite the mouthful.
All right.
I don't know what I walked back into.
Trying to decide between going to a planet that's described as a hellhole with weird and dangerous weather or something controlled by the Pikes who, run spice and compete with the Hutts.
Mob.
Both sound awful.
All right, so who's
Space Ohio.
We're all heading down in the Tortuga.
flying the thing?
I am.
You need to make a pilot check.
I don't want to go to space, Ohio.
Terrible. 22.
Actually,
22.
curious. What is your pilot check? Like, what's your bonus?
18.
Okay, that's way, way better than mine. I knew it was higher. I just couldn't remember by how much.
I took feats. Multiple.
There's many feet apparently.
Let's see. Yeah, do you want to... Let's see. Do you have something where you can re-roll that?
I can add force to it, can't
Okay.
Can I help with the pilot check?
Yeah, sure.
I am proficient with a +10. Let's see what we got.
I'll add some force as well. That
Yeah.
adds 3.
That's a 23. I don't know how much that adds on to that, but
Okay.
Nasty piece of flying. There.
is landing on Space Ohio going to be the thing that TPKs us?
Apparently.
So you get a +2 from Scurvy's roll.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, what's the total?
So add 5 to what I had, which is 27.
27.
Because I added the force, which adds D6, right? So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you managed to avoid. You managed to just skirt along the edge of this massive storm that is brewing up and just spinning and spitting out air. So there's some high atmospheric debris from you don't know where that might have been part of a nerf at one point. You're not sure.
Jeez Louise, this place is insane.
All right.
I don't like it here.
So managing to land.
Managing.
Go ahead and give me another pilot check just to land.
I will also help. That's another
26.
26. All right. You settle down without difficulty.
Okay. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. This thing's a lot ricketier than those blockade runners.
Mm-hmm. And nobody comes out to greet you.
as expected.
All right. Let's presumably put some mud jumpers on watching the ship and go find a bar.
We still have those 2 security droids. I think at least one.
Perfect. We put a guard on the ship and go find a bar.
All right.
I put my big box over the turret on my back.
So this is a rather small settlement. There are only like 5 community type buildings. Everything else looks residential. There's a refueling station. There's a general store, the bar, and what you think is just a speeder sales and repair garage. But it's
Garage it is.
but it's like a 4-way stop in the middle of nothing. And as you're walking in, the sign says "Welcome to Crump."
Ah! No! No! Get me away from here! No!
What's wrong with Crump?
It's an actual place in Michigan.
Oh, okay. So we're not in space, Ohio.
No!
worse.
We're in Space Crump.
Great.
It's between our town and Midland, and it is literally like a 4-corner, 4-way stop with a gas station,
The liquor store.
a liquor store, a bar, and a tractor dealership.
So it's just
that's
bigger
fine.
than Kahakta. Got it.
Exactly.
So it's exactly this. Perfect.
Midwest is nuts.
All right. Well,
They have Crump
Wow.
days, so
You got it. By the way, just for kicks and giggles' sake, I'm going to add this. You have to love a town that sounds like it's something Middle Eastern pronounced. Kahakta, that is like the center of the KKK for Michigan. So just throwing that out there.
because you got the extra K's in there.
Just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you open the door to the bar, and there was the low din of people talking and drinking, and everybody goes quiet and just looks at you.
The Dinjarin.
How
And
many
they're
people
also
are in the bar?
staring.
How many people are in the bar, roughly?
There's about 20.
Who's the best pilot around here?
This one older guy. Yeah, that's me. What do you want?
You got charts up to date through the maw?
No. What kind of fool would want to go there?
This one?
I tell you what, come in, buy me a few rounds, and we'll talk.
These are my people. Let's do this. I'm gonna hang out with a bunch of drunk mechanics in a bar. Yes,
Well,
you
we're about to hear
next.
some stories.
We're about to hear some stories. Oh, you got a metric hydro spanner there? I didn't know they still made those. Hey, what is this? Motor oil? Oh my gosh, scurvy, have some.
Okay. So,
Don't drink scurvy.
It
It'll
is
clog
not-
your vocoder.
I
You don't have an imbibing tube
I
on your
just
head.
kind of like
It just goes into your rocket launcher backpack. And you're gonna have super cool smoke trails next time you fire.
oh man. All right. So, go ahead and make a persuasion roll. Give yourself a +5 bonus for over the course of the evening.
Why? Oh, holy canola! Even I can roll hot sometimes. +5 with my bonus with my skill check of +5 gives me a fat 27.
27. All right. So, over the course of the evening, this guy, his name is Schmidt, tells you, yeah, I used to
of
have.
course it is.
What's the name of his other leg?
You've broken half the screen. You guys. Oh.
I was
And
gonna make a joke that they're schmitten with Udex.
Oh boy.
There's more than one way to interpret that sentence.
We got rid of the all nerdy, no dirty, and look what happens. Well, this happened anyway. It's okay.
Hey, I don't have anything up to date, but I've got this from 20 years ago. You might be able to use that.
All right. Now I got another question for you.
Yeah.
I need to float some meaning by you here. So we'll have some Rancor floats to make sure my message is carried. Whee! Have you got any idea about, let's call them, military industrial complex contractors moving through the maw?
That was that's a lot of words.
My people actually get more loquacious the drunker they get.
Is there an easier way to say that?
The term is
There is, but not with a Rancor float in me. It comes with claw.
You're talking about Imperial suppliers coming in.
I would say something very similar to that if I knew what you were talking about. Yes.
All right. There have been for the last few years. I don't know anything. Once they go on the maw, I don't know where they go. Some come back out.
Do they stop here? Do they got a schedule?
None. You're the first people to stop here in a while. You might learn more on Kessel, but like I said, I'll give you the chart I've got. You can probably base something on it. Got a decent enough astromech.
We do. All right.
Yeah, we liberated an astromech. I forgot about that guy.
BX-35.
Yep. All right. Well, if anyone wants to retire from our crew, this seems like a great place to do it. Perfect information. Thanks, Schmidt. You're a good chat.
Thanks for the drinks.
Leave Schmidt. I'm gonna pull up the chart that he gives us and can you show us where the Imperials are entering the maw?
Oh yeah. He shows you this somewhat obvious entry point. They go in there, and that's all I know.
Is it the same one?
And we don't know how often they come, do they?
What was that, Scurvy?
Is it the same entry point to Kessel, or is it a different entry point?
It is. It's a certain angle of entering that route. Yes.
Okay.
Angles are important.
Yep. And what was the question there, Udex? I'm sorry.
If there's no schedule that they stick by, then we can't, stealthily stalk them, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
When is the last time one of them came through?
Like I said, they don't really stop here anymore, so I couldn't say.
All
You
right.
might have something on Kessel,
Stop telling us to go to Kessel.
or what was that other planet not too far away? The Pikes ran. What's the name of it?
No.
Yeah, a bunch of jerks. Anyway, that's all I know.
All right, Schmidt. Thank you. This was a cheap and reliable and well-acted piece of information for coming up with a planet randomly off of a galaxy map.
Thank you. All right. So, are you going to be attempting a Kessel run then?
We're going to be doing half of a Kessel run.
In the West.
We're going to be going through the maw, the normal route, looking for any particular, because there are beacons the whole way, and then we're going to be looking for where someone has gone off course, and we're going to go off course and follow them.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a wonderful plan for next time.
Sure does. We're going to do some droid modification and increase our sensors.
Yep. All
I'm
right.
to befriend an astromech.
Well,
You
thank
kind of
folks.
already started to befriend it last time.
Yeah, true. Wait, doesn't Udex also have that little crawler droid?
Mhm.
That you
Yeah, I have
programmed
the whole
that I can't
time.
see?
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
never talk to it because it's always just going around cleaning up after your mess.
So it's a Roomba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I mean, Scurvy's been leaking oil all over the ship, so.
That is not oil. That is the blood of my enemies.
No, it's oil. I handed you a drink and you poured it down your missile tube, and it's been leaking. I saw the whole thing. I have a good perception score, thank you.
It's also funny because Scurvy's face is like this and just has shoulders.
Yeah, so you have the peripheral vision of like your peripheral vision is like this.
Basically, the shot glass was like here, and then Scurvy had to go to pretend to drink it. Like, hang on. Delicious.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Well, on that note,
yeah,
I'm sure that tonight was quite entertaining. I missed most of it, even though I was here, because again, people are stupid. But hey,
you're so famous, you're being impersonated.
that's the biggest load of malarkey anyone's heard today. But on that note, we'll remind you guys of the last couple, or at least our last interview. So posted last Friday was our interview with Bonnie Gordon. She is the voice of the ship's computer for Star Trek Prodigy, the awesome animated series for Star Trek that is now on Netflix. It's both season 1 and season 2 are there. If you haven't watched it already, check it out. It's a really cool series. But we talked with Bonnie about that show. She is a lifelong bard, loves D&D, loves tabletop role-playing games. She's got a bard group that does like parody D&D songs, all this type of stuff. She is amazing. But anyway, that's all in the show notes if you go into the interview there and check that out. But yeah, really, really cool interview with her. And she works very closely with John Billingsley for Trek Talks and raising money for the Hollywood Food Coalition.
And we love ourselves at John Billingsley.
Absolutely. We talked about Billingsley and how he is just the perfect shade of unhinged.
He's adorable, and I love him.
He's so wonderfully unhinged. He's an amazing man. I love him to death.
And he wears his college shirts to make people think he's smart.
Yeah, he wears shirts from all these different medical schools because he's a doctor on Star Trek, and people send him medical shirts. So I think it's an awesome gig. Yeah, free T-shirts.
Tim, he's a nerd, not a doctor.
Exactly, right? And then coming up this Friday, we have an interview with Sarah Tomka, who plays Asta Twelvetrees in the show Resident Alien. And Sarah she's just phenomenal. Had a wonderful conversation with her. We talk about her career leading up to Resident Alien, what it's like working on the show, all that different type of stuff. She's got some really cool answers that you guys are not going to want to miss, especially if you're a fan of Resident Alien. She talks about the show in particular quite a bit. So, and if you're not a fan of Resident Alien, well, then by golly, I think you need to go sit down with your Netflix account and become acquainted with the first 3 seasons of Resident Alien, because season 4 was just announced that they are going to put that together. And they've got a big move to USA Network for the next season. So they're moving from Sci-Fi Network to the USA Network, which is a big, big deal. That's a lot more eyes on that show. So anyway, that'll be coming out this Friday. We'll have it out tomorrow on Patreon. You guys can check it out there, which remember, you can get into our Patreon groups now for as little as one whole George Washington, and you can have lots of fun there. So you guys should, maybe consider doing that. We'd like it. It'd be helpful. Information down in the show notes down below. But anyway, that's it for us tonight. That's all we got. That's all the information. Make sure to go, if you're not already, go check out Growing Up Skywalker. It is one of the best shows out there. I know that each of us here are big fans of Growing Up Skywalker, and we cannot stress enough the importance of positivity in the Star Wars fandom right now, and to have a page, a group, a podcast like Growing Up Skywalker involved with us in any way is massively important to us, and it's massively important to the fandom. So please go check them out. They should be on your watch list, your listen to list. So,
and also while we're talking about things that should be followed, If you are not already following the FSF Popcast and the FSF Popcast RPG on Threads, please do. Their aggressive positivity is what we need in the world right now. And besides the fact that one of them is really, really cute.
Thank you. I tried.
Not you.
Oh, well, dang it. Well, on that note, I'm taking my ball. I'm going home.
Shayna thinks you're cute. It's okay. That's all that matters.
Okay, I accept that. That's fine. That's all I need. All right, guys. On that note, goodbye.
Copyright 2024 FSF Podcast. Reference any specific product or entity mentioned on this podcast does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by FSF Podcast. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact us via email at info@fsfpodcast.com.